wait. And notice when this is done, watch this other machine right here. Watch right here. And should come, yep, there you go. Now we see we have a reverse shell. But now it tells them that data download started. This may take a few minutes. But guess what? We're not downloading any data. There's no server that's downloading stuff from, and it's just a front. And probably they might wait 2, 3. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Winston, and today we're going to be talking about honeypots. So, what is a honeypot? So, a honeypot is a digital trap or mechanism set up to catch bad actors or threat actors, as you may call it, or malicious software. It could be anything, basically. And it's used to analyze hacking strategies or like the methodologies that hackers use. And we have two types of honeypots. It's the low interactive honeypot, and we have the high interactive honeypot. And the low interactive honeypot simply is basically doesn't get too much information, but it still gets something. And an example of the low interactive honeypot would be like a port simulation, like port 21, port 22, and thereabouts. And it's not too difficult to set up, but we have the high interactive where you get a lot of information and it's kind of complex to set up and you have to maintain it over time. And an example of that would be like simulating an actual PC thereabouts. So today we're going to talk about port 23. I'm sorry, port 21. And we're going to see how you can start up a honeypot on port 21 and we're going to simulate an attack as well. So I have two virtual machines right here running on VMware. And the first one's going to be a Kali 2024, which is going to be us running a honeypot. And I have a Kali 2023 right here, which will simulate the attacker. So this will be the attacker, and this will be the machine who has the honeypot running. Now we're gonna simulate port 21. So now all we have to do is clone my repository from GitHub. So I'll paste the link right here. This is the link. You can also check it out on my GitHub. So I'll just do git clone the two or the repository to my Kali machine. So I hit enter right there and the permission denied. I think we have to be root. So I'll do sudo enter right there. And if I hit ls, I have a directory called honeypot. So all I have to do is cd honeypot, ls again. Now we have two Python scripts right here. First, we have the b.py. This will be the honeypot. Then we have data transfer.py. Now, we're not going to worry about this one now, but we will use this with the honeypot, and I'll explain how we would use it and how you can also set this up. It's not difficult, trust me. So now, we have our honeypot too. So what this b.py does is it binds to your IP address, port 21 specifically, to start the honeypot. So then it's gonna log every interaction that anyone has with the port. So when the hacker tries to log in and steal files or do some stuff, it logs everything. So starting the honeypot will be Python 3. Sorry, Python 3, then b.py. Yeah, I know it's a weird name. Sorry. b.py. Oops. Now permission denied. So it seems like you have to be root for everything. Alright. Let me end that and clear the screen. So I'll do it again. Alright. So it says starting FTP honeypot server. So now our honeypots are started. So next thing we could do is on our attacker machine, try to connect to this machine via the honeypot, like the port 21. So first thing first, what hackers will do most times is, because when it comes to our FTP, you could either you could either log in as anonymous or have a username and password. So sometimes FTP would allow anonymous login, or they would want you to use like a password and a username if it's already been set. But the best way to know is with an Nmap scan. So you do Nmap with the -A flag for aggressive and the IP address to discover if anonymous login is allowed or not. So I will quickly do that right now. Nmap, and this is my IP address. I hit enter right there. So depending on your network, this might be slow or it might be fast. So I believe my network connection is strong, so it should take us about probably 2-3 minutes. or maybe 4 minutes. So let's just wait. It shouldn't be too long. And when it's done, we should find out or have an idea if uh, anonymous login is allowed on this my Caddy 224 on my FTP port rather. So let's give it like 1 more minute and see. There you go. So we're done with the scan and we see some information, but all this doesn't concern us. What we want is to see if anonymous login is allowed. And we can see 1221 FTP anon, anonymous FTP login allowed. FTP code 230 means we could log in as anonymous, and it also proceeds to show us some files that they have. So let's try this ourselves. So go down here, I'll clear the string. Now FTP as a service, FTP for 21, hit enter right there, and see it says name, so I'll type anonymous and I ask need password. So now the way I've configured this honeypot, whatever password that they type is gonna let them in. So if I was to type Winston, it's login successful. And we have a successful message right there. And if I hit ls, we have some files. And note that all this is being logged, but we don't know here that the hacker doesn't know rather. So now, when the hacker gets to the machine and they see these files, that there's confidential.txt, data transfer.py, password txt, and all this stuff. So this looks at some cool information. So what they will do next is to download all this onto their system. So they'll use the get command. And just to save time, I won't download all this, but I'll teach you how to set this up just in case you want to use a script and you also want to put some files. It doesn't have to be these files. You can specify files you want to put there. You want to put malware or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So I'll download the data transfer.py. So I hit just get data transfer the py, enter right there. And you see it was successful, transfer complete. So I'm done with this and I'll hit exit, hit ls, sorry, ls. Now I have my script right here, the data transfer.py. Now, and I'll show you how to set this up like I said before. And all this are being logged. And being that I know that I have this script right there, I'll open another terminal. All right, go into my directory right here. Then I'll start up a netcat listener, right? Because if you look at this script, if the hacker doesn't have some knowledge in scripting, this script says it's a data transfer, right? But when you open this script, you'll see we have some list of files right here, some files that you would want, every hacker would want, and all these are all fake. It's just a front or like a decoy or something like that. And what it's basically doing is it's giving us a reverse shell or it's giving us a shell to the hacker's machine unknown to them. So this says like so this is it's called a data transfer script, and when they see an IP, they feel like this script is connecting to like a server to download the information from them onto their system, which is what it looks like. But basically, it only connects us to their machine, so we could take some files or commit, do some damage. So being that it connects to a netcat, connects to a netcat listener, right? So I have to set up a netcat listener on my machine right here. So I'll close this. Sorry. So this is what you have to do as well. So when you have this on your attacker's machine, before you run it or before they run it, as long as you have your FTP ports running, you have to create another terminal right here. The first thing what you have to do is because sometimes your firewall might block connections from on port 4444. So what you have, or whatever port you want to use, so what you have to do is run this command right here, sudo ufw allow, then specify your port. So I'll be using 444 because that's what I have in the data transfer script. So I'll do 444 TCP, Hit enter right there, and it says I already have that rule there, so it's gonna allow connection. But if you don't have it, gonna run this first. Next thing you want to do is do NC for netcat LVNP 44444. Hit enter right there, and it says listen on any 4444. Now we're good to go. Now when the attacker runs this script, Python 3 data transfer.py, hit enter right there, and now it says welcome to SkyDome remote server. One, download data onto your system. Number two, list number of files, sorry, 25. So first thing they'll do is number two, list files, and you can see it just lists what we had in the script. Now, download data on your, so now they think they're getting all this data from the server, so they'll do number two. I noticed, oh, sorry, should have done number one. Number one. Now it says preparing data, it has like a fake countdown, so they're gonna wait. And notice when this is done, watch this other machine right here. Watch right here. And should come, yep, there you go. Now we see we have a reverse shell. But now it tells them that data download started. This may take a few minutes. But guess what? We're not downloading any data. There's no server that's downloading stuff from, and it's just a front. And probably they might wait 2, 3, 4 minutes, which gives us enough time to do what we have to do. So I'll do ls. So I'm in his machine right now. And if I do who am I am root. Could do anything. I could delete this machine or do any damage I want. Or take files. Or check his network. I could do if config. There you go. This is his network. Internet and thereabouts. Could do Wireshark or stuff and do some other fun stuff to cat some files, go into his root directory, file structure and stuff. Oh, sorry. LS right there. There you go. We have everything right there. So we could basically do anything. We could upload files, upload malware, do stuff, add stuff to a startup folder and thereabout, but that's for that. So before I go into the logs, let me show you how to set this whole stuff. And notice that when they try to hit Control C to end it, it's not gonna end. It's never gonna end unless we end it from here. So it only creates like a new stuff. So unless I hit Control C from here, it's never gonna end, no matter how you press Control C. So I hit Control C right here and it's gonna end. I'll clear my screen. Clear right there. Now, how do you set this up? I think I should have Honeypot right here. Do CD Honeypot ls. Now we have the logs right here. We'll go into this in a few seconds. But you have data transfer.py, the one that he downloaded. So I was able to download this file. So what you have to do is go into the file structure, right? Like the root, the hierarchy, class structure, you understand. So now, I mean the file structure, sorry. And then you do just hit the / hit ls right there. And you're right here. So what you want to do is create a directory called FTP home. I already have one right here. So what you basically want to do is mkdir, sorry, mkdir, then FTP home right there. I already have one, so I won't create it. So you hit enter and create yours, and do cd FTP home ls. So you see, I have all my files right here. So what you want to do is, let me delete this. .py. Ls right there. So you could create files in here, whatever you wanted to download. And if I go back to OPT class, ls, cd honeypot, then I could move this. So what you want to do is create a folder there, the FTP home, then move this and any other file you want a hacker to see to that folder. So you do mv, then data transfer, data.py, and hit the / then FTP home. Hit enter right there. So again, we have to be roots. My bad. Sudo Okay, that works. Otherwise, we don't have it anymore. Or you can also copy it too, whichever one you want. So when I go back there, FTP home, hit ls. Now I have it. It's right there. So that's how you would move them. And also, when you create the FTP home, you want to create a folder called uploads. Because whenever the attacker will try to upload some malware, upload stuff, this is where they're going to be saved. So you could go there and check them. So you want to do the same inside the FTP home, mkdir, sorry, mkdir, then just do upload. Just leave it right there. That's how you set up the whole directory to store whatever you want the attacker to see and stuff like that. So now, let's go back to our directory. We have our honeypots. OPT, that was class. LS, right? Let me clear my screen real quick. Sorry. LS. Now CD honeypots. Now we have FTP honeypot.log. Let's cut that. Cut FTP honeypot.log. Hit enter right there. So you see, we have a lot of logs right here. It's a lot. I'll just go over a few. Now there's connection, this and that. So then you should have max login attempts 3 thereabouts. Then welcome to the FTP server, what we saw when we first connected to it from the attacker machine. And we have our attacker machine IP address thereabouts. Then the username that they use should be somewhere down here. Anonymous that they use right here. Then the password that they use should be somewhere down here as well. So it's kind of encrypted, but could see somewhere down here. Should be in plain text somewhere down here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. This is when the transfer was complete. And our password should be in plain text somewhere down here. Because it's just too much logs right here, so it's kind of hard for me to see it. But I know it's somewhere down here with time you would find it. Let's keep going. Yeah, it's just too much logs, so you have to just keep going through it before you could actually find the actual passwords, because it's a lot of stuff to keep looking at. So I hope I find it soon. Yeah, right here. So this is the username, this is the password. Login successful. So it's a lot of information. You need time to go through them. So this is it. They have the IP. Then they show you when it like when we downloaded the data transfer to PY. It shows you that as well. Should be somewhere down here. I think it's right here when we did the download and we hit exit and thereby session was closed. So when you keep going, go through like all these logs, you'll get a lot more than what I'm telling you now, just because of time. I don't want to like have to keep going through this because it's a lot. So I have to go line by line and stuff. So you can see how you can simulate a FTP port to capture um attacker strategy and the IP address, username, and just some little stuff because it's a low interactive honeypot. If you were to be a high interactive honeypot, you would get more out of this. So I hope this video is able to teach you something, and I appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. See you on the next video. Thank you.